store about every 6 miles. But there was just a store in Hardin Valley and a college store in Hardin Valley. The college store was where they're going to build a new fire hall in Hardin Valley, across from the Food City. And Jimmy Long's store was on down the road, and he had a gas station. And the Sylvie store was at Ball Camp, and Kyle Ford's store, and later on Ethel Wright in Solway. And there was a Fox store there long back before these was there. Mr. Fox he owned nearly all Solway at one time. Well, he had a store, and they call it Shuck Pen. Now, I don't know the story on that deal, but it was Shuck Pen. And all the boys gathered there. And they bought a note for a nickel and a moon pie and had a party. That's what my cousin said. And there was Jim Ritter's store out here at the red light. And there was a Mitchell store and a post office. And that was right out there, well, where the Wygert is, I guess, yeah. And in Hardin Valley, there was a Claude Robinson, and later on, Roy Emmert bought it. And in Solway, Dutch Wells store and gas station in Solway. And Herman Herring, he first had a little store way on down in Hardin Valley. It's still there, it's sitting there on the bank, looks like it's going to fall off. Little old bitty store. As you go around that, you know where that bridge is, covered bridge thing? Well, right around there, there's a little sitting up on the bank. That was Herman Herring's store when I was a little girl. Well, then he moved on up in Hardin Valley where the store, well, I guess it's still there, part of it. But there's a big house there, and he bought it. And then later on, he put a slaughter pen behind the building. This Mr. Wampler was on there, and he was telling them that when they first started Wampler's Sausage, his daddy started in 25, and he didn't have a store to sell it. He just had started, and he peddled it in a wagon. You know what peddling is, I mean, you know. But anyway, he did that, and he sold sausage for 5 cents a pound, and pork chops 6 cents. You all can't visualize that, but I do. I know what it is, because we sold me a dozen eggs for 10 cents.
But you didn't make much money out of that either.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah. And then in Solway, there was a tunnel in. And then, as you go up the hill, you come up, tunnel in, then Gentry Hill, Jack Scarlett's garage is right out there. And then Keller's Curve, right up there. Cox's Bridge, you know where Cox's, anybody know where Cox's Bridge is? Well, you know out here where the new school is, we come around, go into that, Industrial Park, that little bridge.
Oh, where the old Cox's Mill used to
Cox's
be.
Bridge. Everybody knows where that was landmark.
Yeah, because that was the edge of the Cox's land.
And there was another place that everybody knows where it was, Poison Valley. Anybody know that? I don't know what they called him, Poison Valley. And then I remember the Solway train depot and the Bankton depot. Well, I old gentleman up at Bell's Campground at Pompano, and he said, George, you need a church in Solway. He said, well, I'd like to. And so we got together, and there's 11 of us. I was a charter member. There was 11 of us gathered in my daddy's house to organize the church. So that's Solway Baptist Church down there. That was 58 years ago.
No, it's the one down in Solway. The big brick church.
But the one that was after the one that my grandfather had, it was on George White Road. And then they made a new church and put it down in Solway, on by the 4-lane down there.
Yeah, 'cause I haven't started digging more into the Solway history now. I kind of started the fall camp, was doing this, now I'm moving that way, pull it all together, because it's just all one big family.
Yeah, my granddad lived in Hardin Valley, but he knew everybody around. You know,
These were
all
all
the
just big
knobs.
farms, and they would all, I'm sure, get together at different times, but the little Solway Baptist, well, is it Methodist Church? The Solway Church, that's all I
That's
know.
the Methodist.
Yeah, the Methodist, where the grave, yeah, because that's where all my husband's
That's the
people
old
are
church,
buried.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I go.
Is that, yeah, because I know,
I've been going there all my life.
my husband, well, I understand that the
We live Bent Road. We on down on the river. He bought it for $5 an acre. Yeah. But that was a lot of money
price
for them.
of what she sold the land for in the 40s, and it wasn't that much. And I know how much she paid for it back, or her mother paid for it, or mother-in-law paid for it, but I
that
don't
was in
remember those
1800.
figures, but yeah.
Somewhere in 1800s.
Do you remember when electricity came into this area?
Oh, Carnes got it before we did. We got it out of Lenore City in Solway. And I think it was 39, wasn't it? About 39?
That's about right.
Somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
But you know, that was a big help, because you ever carried a gallon of coal oil from the store about 3 miles, you appreciate it.
Hey, Mama.
This is my livelihood, and I'll just die here.
Very good. We're glad to have you.
We got good neighbors.
Yeah.